to, you know, Mai's place.
No, before we went away.
Doors open, have a look inside.
Paintwork's really nice.
I know, I've noticed the dirt on it.
Oh, wow. I wondered how they were.
You should have taken this over them.
Can you imagine driving that far like that? No thank you. Get cramped.
He's visiting all the fuel stations on the way.
It's a kit car from the 70s. Ow!
Oh, by the way,
There's my head.
watch your head when you get in.
Oh, these don't come off like
They're
a...
not designed, and that's as far back as the seat goes.
Some of them have a split...
And you've got to get your leg in a special way too when you get in there.
Looks like it's got plenty of leg room, but looks like you've got to like...
Oh, you've
Hang
got
on.
it when you get under the steering wheel. I should have shown you how to get in.
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Get out and show you how you do it.
just like...
Oh, you got your head again, did you?
Again.
Yeah, got it. You've got to get this leg in first.
Some of them had split roofs.
You've got to get that leg in first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they made 25 of the Mark 1s.
Yep.
And they had the Targa top.
Oh,
But
right,
they
yep.
could not stop them leaking. They
yep.
couldn't do it, so they changed it over and then they made them a little bit wider and they changed it to a sunroof rather than a... So they made 72 of these Mark 2s.
Oh.
And as far as we know in the Perentti Club, there are 28 of them that are actually registered and on the road. A lot of them never got built.
What's the knob down the bottom? Is that your choke?
That is heater. Yeah.
It doesn't have the conditioning. It's either on or off, really.
Yeah, the heating is, yeah, there's no controls, so it's just flat out or not.
Yeah.
But the air conditioner's the same. It's pretty much all on or all off.
And they used to, I think they said you can...
Like that, or is it?
Oh, it was never designed to have an air conditioner.
Oh, but I
It goes through and it's got something in the engine that,
don't reckon you'd get a back seat in there.
They had a back seat.
Yeah, I know. That's... But
It did have, so long as you didn't have legs.
yeah, like a Porsche or
Called
something
a
like that.
2+2.
Yep.
And when it had the little seats in the back, the guy who I got it off of had already taken them out, but
Yep.
he showed me photos, and when the seats were back, there was nowhere for your legs. It was like that far from the seat, so they really were just a gimmick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all as I had in the Corvette was sound speakers.
Yeah.
4 flutes, they look exactly like a Corvette's.
Yeah, and they're just fake, they're painted. So,
Oh, have they?
Yeah, because they were just part of the mould.
I reckon the Corvettes were painted too. It's just bullshit. Yeah.
What's that?
The gills.
The gills, the Mako shark gills. Now try and get in again without. Yeah, oi. I still haven't got that leg in,
No, you've got to get that really in and under before
and
you...
Yeah, their legs, something has
my
actually
hip
hit
won't
that.
turn.
Something has hit that, hasn't it?
Aww. Well, it gives you something to do, doesn't it?
Yeah.
There's black on the door on the other side. And there's...
B&M shifter.
Looking around the area.
It's like an old car's kick-out.
Geez, I reckon I'd be banging my head in this all the time.
That's all you can bang in there.
So you've tried, have you?
Not yet.
I fit in it and I've got about an inch above my head, so luckily it fits me fine.
Yeah, whereas my head's hitting the roof.
Yep.
I'd have to get a lower seat.
You'd be on the ground.
Yeah, that's where you
There
bump.
is no lower
Put a bit of carpet and take the seat out, put a bit
Yeah,
of
that's
carpet
about
in.
it.
I
Below.
did, the only seats that would fit in there when I got them done with these auto technical ones, they were all of the rest of them, it was 2 rock wide by about a centimetre or 2. We tried so many of them, but because it's a fiberglass, it's boxed, there's nothing you can do. So there's no way you could fit in any other seats. So I got those and they weren't all that well padded, so I took them into a trimmer and they've all had extra shape foam, extra stuff put in there. So it costs more to do that than it did for the seats. Probably get that done. But
Were the BF Goodriches on there when you got
no,
them?
it had Eagles.
Yep.
But they'd been the same ones that had been on for like 23 years, and
Yep.
they were to get it through Regency. I had to change them over.
Oh,
that's,
right.
That's what took everything. It took me 20 months from when
Just
I first
getting
got
it through.
to get everything done. But I got like all the interior completely redone, all the engine all done properly, all underneath. The underneath of it is immaculate. It's all in really good nick underneath there.
Had 10 inches on the front and 12s on the back.
Yep.
Who built it in Adelaide?
It was built by
Aren't they Melbourne?
no, a guy over in Queensland. Jeffrey Wilson. He had a motoring team as well. He bought it all and built it between 1993 to 1997. It took him that long to build it. So it's first registered in 97. He drove it about 1,500 k's, that's about it. And then he had it for years, and then it got through.
Exactly right, rather than scrape it everywhere.
Oh, yeah, just,
Open the lid for the bonnet.
yeah.
Suicide.
Yep. Yeah. Look at that, even the front almost touches the ground.
Oh, it does too.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, the 350 goes well. Looks like it'd be easy to work on because you can get right in and get to it.
It is. The hardest part my mechanic had, and the only reason I was so lucky that I got a mate, Paul, who's got Woodcroft Car Care. He did a lot of stuff himself rather than get his boys to do it because he owns the workshop. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is a thrill to work on something like this, whereas, no offence, the little Kia Rio there,
Don't take offence, it's my mother-in-law's.
you wouldn't give a shit about.
No, this was, and he did a great job with the brakes. We got a bigger braking system on it, and I got one that supposedly would fit, no worries at all. Well, it didn't, so it took him ages to get the braking system all sorted. So it stops really, really well.
It looks like you got a few radiators here.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? He's put in the the guy who got it.
It'll be a gearbox transmission cooler.
Transmission cooler, then your condenser.
And then, yeah, because he put the air conditioner on it.
Yep.
That was all done by Otto, and he did all of this sort of like stuff up in here so that
Give it
cold
room.
air intake, be able to to improve that.
And no problems with overheating or anything?
No, nothing at all.
No,
We've
'cause-
taken it up Willunga Hill on warm days, flat out. No, it never gets above about half.
Yep.
It doesn't go out unless it's a warm day.
Oh, definitely. Yep.
Doesn't come out in the rain, doesn't go out at night.
Yep.
Because I got the tinting done. Kids who are hooning around, and they're the ones you got to worry about more than what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Okay, can we start it up for the camera?
Absolutely.
Dave's not going
We've
to do
gotta-
anything
gotta
untoward
hear
with
it.
this baby.
And it's a classic too, like, because there's only so few made.
But is there only 2 registered in SA?
2 in SA and 28 across the whole of Australia.
Yeah, yeah, because they only made, I think, 80 to 100. How smooth is that?
Took a long time to get
Out, and it had the switches for the electric windows.
Yep.
So I mounted them here and just put, these were actually ones for an aerial, and I put them in there so I can...
Well, that aerial button never ever worked on any Commodore that I knew of.
Oh, this one works.
Yeah.
And they work really well. I can do the windows.
All
from
right,
there,
yep.
rather than have it mounted down there.
Yeah.
And I also had the thing for doing the revision mirrors.
Yep.
Where am I going to put that? So I cut it out and I put it in there.
Oh,
So I can actually do it from there.
And the B&M, that's push down reverse.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. I had it in the Mustang. Yeah.
That was the one that fitted, that would go in there, and it's got a great name and everything like that.
Yeah. Yeah. B&Ms. They've been around forever.
Yeah.
And what's with the little green, white, and red sticker? Is that?
Oh, that's just the steering wheel I got.
Oh, it's not Perentti or anything
nothing
like that.
No, I had to get a steering wheel, the flat bottom one, and one that had to be legal to go through Regency.
Yep.
And I need a flat bottom on it, and that was the best one I could find to fit in with it.
And to fit in the car too.
Well, that's it. And you've got to get your legs. Like I say, for me, I can get in and out of it. No
Real
problems
easy.
At all.
Yeah.
But if you were 2 inches taller or a bit wider in girth,
Yeah.
it's difficult to get in and out of it.
Yeah, like I say, I was hit me head on the roof there.
Well, the guy who was, I had to take it in because I got a tyre. The first day I had it, I got a puncture. And, screw had gone right, so I'd gone down to South Coast Brewery and they'd been building a little putt-putt course there.
Yep.
And I got one of those tacks through there.
Don't you hate that?
Oh, I hate it. And the guy who I took it to, he wouldn't let me put it. He's the only one who can take it in the shop. He was 6'6", and he's in it.
Oh.
He's in it like this funny ass.
Yeah, like when Charlie Dixon gets into the different sports cars,
Yeah.
he can hardly fit in them. His head's banging and crouched over.
We saw him the other day. He was in Adelaide when I was there. He got out of like a big ute thing, lovely looking thing.
Oh, that big blue one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the F250, I think it is.
Right.
Yeah,
Beautiful
yeah.
looking thing. And it's got a little button in here, and I can open the boot.
All right, because that's the spare tyre in there.
No, I decided no, I'd go without a spare tyre.
Oh, what do you got? A
RAA.
yep, or a pump
but
up.
It didn't have anything to hold the spare tyre down.
All right, yeah,
So I didn't like it floating in there.
yeah.
So I had, it's all being carpeted, but it still has a recess in here that the tyre just sat on.
Yep.
But it was just, I just didn't like it.
You'd have no room for anything else.
Yeah, so I just had, all I do is keep that in, and when I go,
And they just snap real easy.
this thing drives.
Well, that'd be a
like
HQ,
dream.
yeah.
Yeah, it drives like a dream.
Just trying to,
Yeah, well, I had a HQ Monaro,
yep.
one of the SS, the 4 doors. Drives just like that. It drives corners, you know, really, really well.
Sweet machine.
I was, when I had to go and do the testing for it, the track test, I had to change lane. This is at one of the old international raceways out at Galway.
Yeah.
And I had to drive along, and we had to get it up to, I think it was 110, and then go between and then change it and get quite quickly.
So they could,
My ass was going like that. That was just too fast, and for me, I felt, oh, but it got through it all, no worries at all.
not an AIR, was it? Is that what you're talking about?
Well, it's a really old track that looks like it's not even used anymore, but it's got
AIR.
one nice big
Off
straight.
Port Wakefield Road,
Yep.
yeah, yep.
Yep.
Doing that.
Yep.
And he
One
puts everything.
top
6 cylinder out as out there as a
Did ya?
17-year-old.
Jeez.
And spun my Porsche out there, nearly hit the wall, nearly crumbled it to pieces, but won the fastest slalom driver.
So you've used that. I'm not used to
Yeah,
driving
yeah, that
like
was a long time ago.
I found it quite daunting doing that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there's no insurance on a racetrack, so as I was heading backwards to the wall at 60 kilometres an hour, it was like stop, and I stopped 2 metres from the wall. Otherwise, kabang.
That'd have been a lot of money.
Yes, yes. Little Porsche 911 would have been shattered at the rear end.
Actually, the day I had to do the test too, it just started raining.
Oh.
It's been raining for about a half an hour, drizzling.
Yep.
And they were almost going to not do it. And then the car that went before me was a massive, big American tank. Some guy had done. Looked beautiful, but it's one of those ones. It was all air.
Air shocks and that,
everything on it. And he took it out, and then when he came back, you're not supposed to spill oil. There was oil everywhere. So they're trying to, with rags, go down and get the oil. I'm thinking, here's me going to have to get on it. It's wet. There's oil on the track.
Yeah.
It was scary.
Oh,
No, you can see one.
It ended up costing more for all the stuff that got done to it than it did to
than the
buy
car
the car in the first place.
yeah. Well, I have seen them for about 22 grand, 27 grand on the market, like car sales and that, but they're rare that they're actually there. And to get one that's red, goes faster,
Yeah.
is better than a yellow one, lemon, or even a black one where scratches show up.
Well, there was the one that went at, I think it was $22,000. That's quite a few years ago now.
Yep.
That one, I think it just recently sold for 40, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Changed hands again, and nice anyway. But yeah, there was a nice black one, a really nice black one that sold. I don't know what that one.
I reckon that was a 308, was it?
I think it was a 350.
350.
It was done. It was like a Batmobile. It's one that's in one of those Nassau magazines.
I did see one that they actually they used one of these in Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah.
And it was an old shitty one, but they said like restorer's delight. You could do it up, and the one in Mad Max had the big pipes coming out the side and everything like that. So
Buggy number 9 it was.
Buggy number 9, all right.
They actually had 2.
Yep.
Yeah, I hadn't looked into that. I don't know. No one knows where they've.
Yeah.
They've.
Well, they had the bonnet all cut out, so you'd have to completely redo
a
it.
machine gun mounted in the back here. They took out, there's a machine gun in there.
How good would that
Mad
be?
Max.
Oh.
You know, there's.
Yep.
I don't know where they've all gone.
Not Singleton.
There was one too. Someone made up to look like the car from Corvette Summer,
Oh, right, yep.
and it had all special fiberglass fins. They'd made that one up. Don't know where that one ended up. But that looked pretty good. That's what got me interested in Corvettes in the first place. Was that movie Corvette
Summer, yep.
Summer?
And hey, down the track, this is going to double, triple price.
Yeah, that's right. Hello.
Hi.
Good.
There you go.
Have you seen this before?
Yeah,
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
it's always hidden down at